Black women and HIV. Black women continue to be disproportionately impacted by HIV, accounting for 54% of new HIV infections in U.S. women, despite making up less than 15% of the female population. Among Black women, 91% of new HIV infections were attributed to heterosexual contact. The HIV infection rate among Black women was the highest compared to women of all other races and ethnicities.
Who is Dominique? Dominique would be me. I'm someone's friend, mother, sister, daughter, and a child of God. But not only am I all those things, I'm thriving and living with HIV. Not only have I been diagnosed with HIV, but I've also endured mentally, physically, and emotionally abuse. But it does not stop there because my story gets greater. I'm living with HIV, but I'm thriving with it. I exist in a big world where I fit in. It doesn't matter what you think, what you say, or how you feel. Because I get up every day and I show up for myself, my children, and I know who my creator is. And because of that, that makes me unique. Publicly, I wanted to go with my story, sharing it, is because I want to help women who live with HIV, who are afraid. I'm standing in the gap of those who don't know that life does not end because you're diagnosed with HIV. I wanted to make a difference. Me telling my story publicly gives me a foundation to help those women who are afraid, who think that they can't thrive in society, who think that that they don't fit in. Being diagnosed and coming out publicly gives me a voice. So not only do I want to be the voice, I want to be the face of women thriving and living with HIV. I want to make a difference. I've been living with HIV since 2015. I contracted the virus through heterosexual contact. Since I was diagnosed with HIV, one would think my life has changed drastically from then to now. I'm still the same person. My heart hasn't changed. My mindset hasn't changed. It actually has become stronger. Stronger in a sense for knowing who I am, my identity. I'm under preventive care. I do everything that's necessary. So that would be the only thing, me going to the doctor periodically, just making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to stay healthy. But I think that it's not a downfall for the changes, but it's definitely an upscale. And when I say that, when I tell people that I have HIV, I always revert back to I live higher in victory, meaning that I have not let anything defeat me, no matter what it is, and HIV does not define me. Since I've come out publicly, knowing that I have HIV, helping others, building this platform, telling my story, you'll be surprised once I begin to open my mouth and share my experiences, that whole room shifts, it moves. Those women are dealing with something, and it does not have to be HIV. Life is lifing. So people are holding things in, and me being transparent and open opens up a door for them to express their feelings, the things that they're dealing with mentally, physically, and emotionally. So it's definitely a platform. On this current journey, challenges that I faced, I would just say overcoming, knowing my worth, knowing that I still can thrive. I still get up. I like to go out to eat. I like to mingle. I like to have fun. I like to shop. I like to look good. So the only challenges that I think that I faced would be mentally dealing with it, and not having somebody there to talk to support me. But since I publicly came out, it's been love, it's been support, it's been an overflow. I always say, but God. I continue to flourish and keep a positive attitude by sharing my story, by not being afraid, for standing up, for doing what I believe that is right. I believe that I'm doing what's right. I'm doing what I'm led to do. Whether somebody like it or not, some people may feel that I should keep this quiet. Some people may think that, why would you want to tell the world? Why not? We tell them everything else. When we're doing good, we tell them. So why not tell them when I've I've been diagnosed with HIV. I'm living, I'm thriving, I'm happy. You know, I show up every day for myself. I show up for my children, and I'm going to continue to do that. Some facts about HIV that people are normally naive about. I would think they turn their nose up at it. I would think that they think that it's a bad thing, you know. Living with HIV is really not that bad. And when I say that with the utmost respect. It's not what people think it is. It's a virus that lives in my body, you know. But like I tell people, I'm the master of my health. And when I say that, long as I do what I'm supposed to do, I take that one pill every day. It does not multiply, you know. I'm undetectable. So that means that it decreases the copies of transferring it to somebody else. So undetectable, you know, like I say, and it's untransmittable. Now, if I was not doing what I was supposed to do and I was not under preventive care, then yes, I put other people at risk. But at the end of the day, I'm the master of my health, and my goal is to stay healthy, stay on top of it, continue to educate, to continue to learn, so people will rule out those stigmas. Because I lived longer than a person that found out they had heart disease, cancer, lupus. Those people actually suffer, you know, and they go through various of treatments, you know. So all I gotta do is show up for myself, show up at the doctor, take my pill every day, and do what's needed to be done. So I'm gonna continue to thrive. I definitely feel like we should educate others on PrEP. PrEP is a preventative measure for those who are not diagnosed with HIV. And taking that pill puts them not at risk, but for them to stay healthy if they've come in contact with people, you know, with HIV. So yes, PrEP is something definitely that we should push more in society today. As of right now, I don't know anyone taking PrEP, but I do think that we should educate others, you know. I'm not fully educated on everything myself. You know, this is a learning journey and experience for me too. And the more that I speak, the more that I talk about it and I come transparent, I'm educating myself every day. I put a post on Facebook and I wanted them to ask me questions. I did a live video and I wanted to share my experiences. And those questions that they asked me gave me leeway to look up and educate not only myself but them too. So we're learning at the same time, and the support, the questions, I mean, it helps me grow and flourish. I'm definitely open to share my story on any platform, any health forum. I want to get the word out there. I want to make others aware, you know, of people living with HIV. You know, I want to stand in the gap for those who live with it, and it's a secret. It does not have to be a secret. We can stand together and we can make a difference. You know, I want to be the face and the voice for all Black women because it's affecting us bad. And one thing about HIV is that it does not, I repeat, it does not have a race, a gender. It does not have an age bracket, a tax bracket. You know, HIV can happen to anybody. In doing this, I definitely want to reach our young people because nobody takes the time to educate them. A lot of things they learn on their own, you know, off social media, off videos, you know, off TV. But to come together, to be in a setting where we can sit down, educate, and inform is vital. It's very much needed. Since my diagnosis, I can only speak from my experience. I've been under great care, set up with some great people and organizations to help me. I don't pay a dime for my medication. And that's very vital. Now, if we're speaking to someone that's living in a high class, you know, environment, I don't know, you know, do they cast them out? Do they have to pay for their medication? And do the same rules apply for little old me? So that's something great to ask. I mean, I would definitely have to see how it affects other women, you know, because we all come from different backgrounds. So being diagnosed with HIV and telling my children, this year was my coming out year. Like I said, I've been dealing with it since 2015, but it's always been my thing that I dealt with. And God just put it on my heart to move, to speak, and act on it. So in doing that, I knew that I would do it publicly. So I had to think about my children. I had to think about how it would affect them. What would they think? What would they say? And I did tell each one of them individually, one-on-one, and they all had different reactions. But all of their reactions were good. And when I mean good, it was like nothing. It was like telling them I just bought them a pair of Jordans. You know, I got them an outfit laying on the bed. They was like, thanks, Ma. Okay, you know, that's you. You know, you our mom. You know, you cool. Do you know who you are? Like, you so powerful. You know, this what you do. You motivate. You help other people. Like, and my son, he told me one thing that stood out. He was like, God not done with you yet, and greater coming to you. And for him to say that and knowing he a knucklehead, like, that touched my heart. But my daughters and my son, they received it. They down for the cause. In this journey, my friends and family can support me by just showing up, just being in the know. Support goes a long way, whether it's a phone call, whether it's you coming to an event, whatever is laid on your heart, you know, just staying with me and beside me along my journey. And that's going to continue to help me. You know, I always ask for prayers, and I pray for myself, you know, because it's not, I might make it look easy, but it takes a lot to do what I'm doing. It takes a lot to speak out on it. And speaking out on it, you know, it has its pros and cons. You know, people say they love you. People say they'll support you until they got to stand beside you. And those who stand beside me and continue to stand beside me, it go a long way. It's not unnoticed. I know that I show up for others. You know, I'm supportive and I'm a positive person. And one would ask, am I truly okay? That's a good question. Am I truly okay? I have my good days and my bad days. Along this journey, having HIV, like I say, the biggest thing that hurt was not being able to openly talk about this with my partner, to have discussions, to know how I truly felt. You know, that it was always, I don't want to talk about it, you know. But to actually be open, to talk about it, to be heard, it's part of my healing process. Because it has been hard. It's been hard, you know, because I've kept it in, you know. I had to deal with it. I'm the one going through it. And just to know the love that has been shown, the support that has been given, and these people don't even see me every day. They know of me. Some people know me personally. But the outpour of love and support is beyond measure. So that's how I know what I'm doing. That's how I know what I'm doing, I'm supposed to be doing. And God continues to shine his light upon me. Being diagnosed and knowing that my partner gave it to me, what would I say to him right now, today, if he was in front of me? I would definitely tell him that I love him. I love him because he opened up a door. He made room for me. When you thought that something so vital was not important, it was, and it hurt, you know. It truly hurt me, but I persevered through it. I pushed through it. I learned that my trials, to make my trials my triumph. And no matter what, you have to face your reality. And when you don't face your reality, hurt people hurt other people. And this have hurt me, you know, because we together could be in a powerful couple. We together could have been making a difference. But you never accepted your reality. So because you didn't accept your reality, I learned to walk in mine. Do I forgive my partner that gave me HIV? Most definitely. I forgive him to the utmost. If I didn't forgive him, I couldn't do what I was doing right now today. In no way I bash him. In no way I talk down about him. But he is a part of my story. And I do forgive him. I forgive him because if I don't forgive him, then I can't grow and flourish. So most definitely, he's forgiven. U equals you. Undetectable equals untransmittable. One asked me the day that I found out, how did I feel? I really didn't feel anything at that point, but my mind began to wander. I thought to myself, this is my reality now. So I have to do what's necessary in order to stay healthy. And doing what's necessary is just being under care, making sure I show up at those doctor's appointments, making sure that I take my medicine and don't miss a dosage. If everybody who lived HIV positive faced their reality and did what was asked of them, staying under care, how could we pass it? It's those reckless, careless mistakes of not being responsible and holding yourself accountable that make this disease ugly. The day that I found out, I told myself, this is my reality now. I must do everything necessary. And knowing that I had to do everything that was necessary in order to live a long life and just to be healthy, it made me feel like this is gonna be a hard walk. But it hasn't been hard, because knowing and being knowledgeable it has made it easier for me. So that day, knowing that I found out, having to tell my partner, going back home, and opening my mouth to say that I've been diagnosed with HIV, that took a lot. But the sad part about telling him, he already knew. He already knew. He looked me in my face and told me, I know, I've been dealing with this too. But if he had taken his medicine, if he had cared enough about me, I wouldn't be in the situation that I am. But I just had to look at it in a different perspective. I looked at it and I told myself, not only did I save him, but I saved everybody else who he will sleep with. And that being said, we're no longer together, but I did him a favor. He definitely had an angel on his hand. He just didn't know my worth. If you would like for me to speak at any engagements, women's forums, empowerments, you can contact me at 601-260-2299. You can email me at walkinginmyreality@gmail.com. My Facebook is Dominique Grant. My IG is GrantfulBless777. So again, my contact number is 601-260-2299. And I'll be more than glad to show up and show out.